Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Planet Zoo. This is a game that you can find on Steam for around 45 bucks. So for those of you that don't know anything about this game, it's kind of like Zoo Tycoon in the sense that you're going to be adopting animals, bringing them into your zoo, creating habitats for them, and trying to keep them happy. I should warn you folks that I'm about 2 hours into the game so far. I think almost done with the second tutorial, and so far it's actually quite fun. The graphics are outstanding, so let's just go ahead and take a look at it. This is the main menu. There's Resume, where you can pick up where you left off in your last zoo. There's Franchise Mode, where you can build zoos all around the world and trade your animals online. There's an animal market in the game, and you're going to be spending either money or conservation points in order to adopt these animals. And then in order to get more conservation points, you just simply wait. You'll slowly accrue it. Or you can release animals into the wild or sell them, and you'll be able to earn more points that way. Career mode. This is where you can progress through a career. This is like a single-player thing. That's where I'm at right now. Challenge, build your zoos offline with a full economy and challenges. There's a sandbox mode where you can build the dream zoo that you want, and then you can view all of your save files from here. Upper right-hand corner is the settings menu. There's the audio sliders here, camera options here. Feel free to pause the video at any point should you want to see this in greater detail. Graphic settings, you've got presets, anti-aliasing, shadows, water reflections, geometry detail, grass density, all that good stuff. Interface, scale, yeah, not much to show here. Game, global vertical snapping, disable track collision, sure, whatever. Controls, I just left it with the basic controls. If you've played Planet Coaster, which is like it's kind of like the modern day Railroad Tycoon, not Railroad Tycoon. Wow, the name of the game completely escapes me right now. Coaster. Yeah, hold on. This is gonna bother me for the rest of the night. It's Coaster or something. Roller Coaster Tycoon. That's it. Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you've played Planet Coaster, which is like Roller Coaster Tycoon, then you'll be familiar with Planet Zoo. Planet Zoo is by the same company of Planet Coaster, and it operates much the same way in terms of controls. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you the second tutorial level that I'm working on. Keep in mind, I didn't create all this from scratch, although, you know, at some point you'll be able to do that in the other modes, but for right now, I'm just getting a handle on the game. Setting up one enclosure, which I did from scratch, took a while. It took like a half an hour because you have so many different things to worry about. So, let's go ahead and just pause the video.
You have been busy, haven't you?
Hold on, let's let Nancy finish.
But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we?
I'll get to critiques in a little bit, Nev. Give me a minute.
Go on, get to it.
I'm not done with the interface. Anywho, so for those of you now caught up here, what you're looking at is the interface. Upper left-hand corner is your help menu. You'll be able to, I guess, view help, various topics, basics, animals, habitats, build a zoo, staff, guest needs, all that good stuff. Next one down is your Zoopedia. This is where you can learn a little bit about each of the animals, and I like this. I love it when games include stuff like this, because it adds like a learning experience to the game that, you know, if younger kids are playing this, say, in a classroom setting, you know, they may have more fun building a zoo and learning about the animals at the same time. So I love it when games go the extra mile and explain, like, the Bengal tiger or Panthera tigris. It's just little things like that, you know. It just, I like the educational value that this particular area of the game adds, the Zoopedia. Notification timeline is like a history of what's been going on so far in your park. Objectives and campaign mode, as you can probably guess, you have scripted campaign missions that you have to do. Further down, you've got people visiting my park. Now, I don't know what this is all about yet. You have your own avatar that you can create when you boot up the game for the first time. Let's see if I can find myself. I don't know if I'm actually in here. I probably have to play time a little bit, but if I were to zoom to someone, Bob Feet, that's hilarious. All right, let's hit play real quick. All right, so yeah, there's one person. Apparently you can visit other people's parks, and their avatars will jump into your game. All right, well, back to the interface real quick. Then we'll play everything. So, bottom left-hand corner, you've got the zoo button. This is basically some information about your zoo. There's an overview here. You can open or close it. You can set the opening and closing hours. You can set ticket prices, adult and child, happiness, most appealing exhibit. Well, actually, I shouldn't say exhibit because there's like small animal exhibits that you can set up, like I don't know, reptiles and stuff, like little glass cases. Anyway, you can see animals and species. Total staff, you've got how many mechanics and keepers and vets and vendors and security guards and caretakers. You can see their happiness here. Zoo reputation, that's a combination of animal rating, conservation rating, guest education, marketing, and guest happiness. Cash flow, inspection reports. Yep. And then the next graph is just a graph. Just the next tab over is just a graph. Guests, you can see their average happiness and energy, hunger, thirst, toilet, sort of like in The Sims. You can see their thoughts. It's scorching out here. I didn't come here to see staff facilities. The litter is disgusting. I'm thirsty. People complaining, as they always do. Finances. If you want to see a balance sheet, there you go. You can see your purchases, ongoing expenses, animal food, power costs, facilities running. Yeah, there's power in this game. You have to manage power. Taxes, income. The primary income is, well, usually it's the donation boxes. Yeah, I've got 58,000 here in donations, but I'm still earning 43,000 in food sales, drink sales, souvenirs, adoptions, ticket sales. Yeah. And you can see graphs and loans and marketing. And again, if I'm going too quickly, pause the video because there's a lot here. You can see a list of all your animals that you have. Again, this park is pre-made except for the chimpanzees that I brought in, the western chimpanzees. I adopted 5 of them just to complete an objective. You can see your habitats. And they're even named, which is kind of cool. I should probably name that. Western chimpanzee. And I know it's that because Animals 5. So I created an empty exhibit. It just says, you know, it's just a habitat, whatever. But I renamed it to reflect the animals that I have in it. Exhibits. Again, these are like lower. Let's see if I can just zoom to one. Lesser Antillean iguana. Alright, so let's go ahead and zoom in on that. So again, these are like glass cases that you can set up, and then you can adopt animal. There it is. It's kind of in. There it is right there. I love how close you can get with this. But yeah, you can click on the animals in the exhibit to find out more about it. I'll get to that in a minute. Back to my zoo button. Next one down is staff. Here you can hire different staff. Again, caretakers all the way down to veterinarians. You can see their happiness, their energy, work zones that they have, staff rooms, work zones. I'm sort of breezing through this because it's going to take hours to go through this all, you know, very, very detailed. Like, there's vet research. This is how you unlock more items for your exhibits. You select a animal, and you assign a vet to that animal, and you'll start researching. Like, I'm researching the western chimpanzee, and I'm trying to unlock more items for it. But as you can see, I can drag them to other animals if I want to unlock more enrichment items and the like. Mechanic research, same deal. I can tell him to research this India theme, or habitats, or classic theme. Staff facilities, drink shops, souvenir shops. So this is kind of like your research area. Facilities. This is a quick look at all your facilities. A bunch of ATMs all over the place. Again, I didn't place these down. This was pre-made already. Merchandise, toilets, staff, infrastructure. So much here. Alright, so let's close that down. Let's go into animal trading next. Hi, Ishwa, how are you? Under the animal market, this is where you can go to adopt animals. Again, there's two currencies. There's money, which is just earned in your park, and then there's conservation credits. On the very bottom, it's a little leaf icon. It says 1,044 right now, and that number will increase over time naturally, very slowly. But you also earn it for releasing animals into the wild, selling animals in the marketplace, sending your avatar to visit other zoos, logging in daily, and completing community challenges. So there's a number of ways to earn this conservation credits. I see it as premium currency, but whatever. Number of people in your park down here. Anyway, getting back to animal market. But yeah, you can see if you click on an animal, look on the right, you can see there's size, longevity, fertility, and immunity. Compare mates, you can check out the Zoopedia, you can adopt the animal. When you adopt an animal, it goes into like a central holding station, and then you move it into an enclosure from there, similar to Zoo Tycoon. Nev, what do you spend the conservation credits on? You spend it on animals, to adopt animals. Again, you can adopt animals via money or conservation credits. So here's, for example, bonobo. That's a type of animal, and its name is Teleza. I can spend 453 of these conservation credits in order to adopt it. Or, again, I can go to a different animal that requires just money. Animals that are adopted for cash cannot be released into the wild. So basically, if you want to release animals into the wild in the future, then you have to spend your conservation credits to adopt it, nurture it, take care of it, and then later release it. And whenever you do release an animal, it'll tell you, okay, this is how much conservation credits you're gonna get for everything. And it takes a number of factors into consideration to give you that score. The number of conservation credits you get whenever you release an animal into the wild is usually, like, its fertility is very important. Whenever you're releasing an animal, you want it to be fertile so that it can, grow and grow family, make a family, and, grow the population. So yeah, there's a number of factors. Age, too old or too young is bad. You want a moderate age. So animal storage, I have nothing there. Trade history, as you can see, I've adopted like 5 chimpanzees. Any rewards that I've received are listed here. Exhibit trading is the same deal. Again, these exhibits are for these glass cases like your iguanas. I've got a burrowing cockroach that I can adopt. Giant tiger land snail. I can do a Gila monster. Gila, whatever. What else? Goliath frog. Lesser Antillean iguana. What else we got? Okay, that's it for this. Again, this is just for this scenario. I'm sure there's going to be more if I create my own game. Idly's on Twitch, so if you want to talk, feel free to ask her. So yeah, that's that. And on the very bottom middle is your build menu. You've got your barriers, so you can create. My favorite is the one-way windows. So here's an example of a barrier type. I've got one-way windows going. Like if you look on this side, it's all gray, and on this side, it's white. That means that people can see in, but animals cannot see out. The reason for that is to keep them, from stressing out. Some animals like their privacy, so yeah. But yeah, you can create habitat gates. That's how your gatekeepers get in. And yeah, there's wood logs, and there's red brick. What do I have going on over here? This is my chimpanzee exhibit. I've got a combination of glass, one-way glass, and some wood logs here. Nothing fancy. What else do I got? Gates and barriers. Yeah, there's an all button. There's a filter on the left. Habitats. This is where you can go to put food and water down. Again, you want to filter based on the animal that you're currently trying to support. There's a theme. There's species filter. Like you can you can filter it by particular species and then just work off that, which is nice. But yeah, you can food bowls and food cages, food trough. And then beds and shelter, you can put down, you know, like this is an empty exhibit over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Or yeah, just an enclosure. You can hold in shift to raise or lower, left control to sort of snap it to a grid, hold in Z to rotate. Again, similar to Planet Coaster. So yeah, you've got enclosures, you've got bedding, like grass and the like. Enrichment items so that they can, you know, stay occupied. You know, you've got climbing poles and pre-made, like, yeah, this is kind of cool. I like that. Barrel feeders. Some of them are food enrichment items. So, you know, that keeps them occupied as far as eating goes. Toys. Musical keyboards. Yeah. Nature. This is where you can put down plants and rocks and gardening and the like. But again, keep in mind, there are... You can see the tags on the bottom right. Like this one, this African planter is African flexicolor in stone. So if you look at an animal, it'll tell you where its region is. Like if I click on this chimpanzee, for example, and if you cycle through all these different tabs, you'll find the biome under environment. This says tropical, continent Africa. So if I do put a plant or tree down, I want to filter this menu by biome, that's tropical, and then continent Africa. There we go. So now we've got, if I just select all, so these are all of the items that are appropriate for Irby, the Western chimpanzee. Tropical, Africa, and I can put down, you know, trees, and it'll tell you if you put down something it doesn't like. It'll say, but yeah. So, yeah, that's that. And we've got facilities. Again, there's a lot here. You can put down exhibits, which are for your tiny animals. Like, I think I have frogs in here somewhere, maybe. I don't know what's in here. What is in here? Oh, land snails. I don't know where they are exactly. Oh, there it is. It's sort of just hanging out on the side of the glass there. Okay. And then this one is... What is this? Oh, there's the frog. I like how close you can zoom. The other one is behind it. One's male, one's female. I don't know if they'll breed or not, but, you know, it's my goal. So yeah, you can create these enclosures. You can add, like in Planet Coaster, you can put, like, basic stuff down, like just the bare bones minimum. Or you can create groups and put, like, housing over it and connect items to it to make it all nice and pretty. Whatever. Guest facilities, again, a lot here. Toilets, ATMs, Chief Beef, a lot of these are from Planet Coaster. Toilets, yeah, alright. Food stalls, zoo entrance, merchandising, like Hat Fantastic, Looney Balloons. What else we got? Bins, benches, and security. So you can put down, like, picnic benches and canopies. Security, do not disturb. Zamu Parfu. Flurb. Dos Nove Hefo. I'm guessing that's Simlish. I don't know. Yeah, so security cameras, picnic benches. What else? Viewing distance. Okay, so we've got speakers and things like education boards. I think we'll put one down now. Hopefully I'm putting this in the right direction. There we go. So this is how you educate people on the things in your park. So I'm going to put this down right here, maybe, along with a speaker. And maybe we'll, like, put that here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on it. And I think those are the frogs, right? So, yeah, amphibian extinction. Oh, this is educational content. Bee population decline, deforestation. I don't think that's what I wanted. I wanted one that was habitat educate. Let's get rid of that. Let's go with this habitat education. So let's try that. So we're going to rotate it. There we go. And there we go. So, Western chimpanzee, mandrill. Alright, so this isn't for this. I wonder if I need a separate... This is habitat. Well, my goal was to... Alright, let's see if I can find one that fits that. Habitat, education board, legs, exhibit. There we go. So I have to find the right one. Alright, so let's delete that. Exhibit education board. There we go. So we're going to rotate that with Z. There we go. And now let's try that. There it is. We want to know about the frogs. The frogs are nice and nearby. So there we go. So we've got like a little frog thing. Frog picture. If I want, I can add sound. Which one am I looking at? Goliath frog. There we go. Got to be careful not to put that too close to this enclosure because that's for a completely different animal. Guests will be confused if you put things down next to it, like an education board down next to something where the animals don't match what's on the education board. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, let's see what else we've got. Transport rides, which I've not messed with. Apparently there's like train rides in this. Okay, so exhibit trading was the same. Okay, habitat, nature, facilities, construction. This is where you can build items like signs. If you want to build signs, you can build vases. Again, there's a theme with this map, and I'm sure if you were to go into your own map, you'd have more themes available to you. Again, I showed you that research menu earlier. You can research other themes that way too with your mechanics. So yeah, I can put down like little elephants if I wanted to. Just, I don't know, just whatever. You be as creative as you want. I'm just gonna throw that down there just to demonstrate that you can do stuff like that. Lights. So if I want to put down an African light post, I can do something like that, sure. Floor lights, lamp posts, decorative lighting, props, art shapes. Again, you can decorate, like, it says select group 183 to add. So basically I can add this shape to this existing item, this exhibit, and make it part of it. I'm not going to do it, but you can do stuff like that to make it all nicer looking than this basic generic box. Flat shapes, hard shapes, yeah. Blueprints, these are like pre-built stuff. So there's stuff like that, or, you know, these are like, yeah, just blueprints, existing blueprints to help you get started on certain things. It's, again, Planet Coaster veterans will know all about that. Okay, there's pathing and terrain on the bottom right. Pathing is, again, very similar to Planet Coaster. So I can do stuff like that. I can use the mouse, I can, like, click and hold the mouse, left mouse button to drag up and down. So if I want to do something like that, I can. Right-click, deletes. Like, let's say, for example, I want to maybe create, like, an overhang here, just so that people can view what's inside these exhibits. I might consider deleting, I don't know, deleting something like that, get rid of that, and then let's turn it. This is going to look ugly, but... Alright, we're going to... Alright, so now we're... Oh, no, we don't want to go down. Oh yeah, we need the zookeeper needs to be able to touch that, so maybe we'll do something like that. So now it's straight. You can adjust the width on the bottom right, angle snap, like if you want it to be a certain angle. Like, let's say you want it to be 90 degrees exactly. You can only do in right angles if you do that. Whereas if you do, say, 0, it's like freeform, which is nice. Or you can just do... turn that off. You can just undo angle snap. Length. So if you know the length that you're going for, I don't like that. I like more freedom than this. But yeah, you can do stuff like that if you want to make your life easier. This is not nearly high enough. The chimpanzees will grab onto this and crawl out probably. So So let's go back to that. Let's go up further so that they can't... Yep, there we go. And we'll just sort of like... did I just go through the tree? I did. Yeah, we'll just sort of like... create like this cool little overhang here. Although this, again, breaks the immersion, so to make it look nice... I don't know. Let's bring this out further. And have it hug this wall. There we go. And we can always bring it back around. Or we can have it connect right there, for example. Alright, so there we go. So we kind of have something going on there. I do want to connect this up there because that's a long walk all the way around. Oh, someone broke that bench. So again, we can sort of go up with it. Again, this is going to be ugly, but whatever. People are going to love it. I'm going to make them love it. There we go. So, yeah, there's again, a number of ways to adjust this. Flattened terrain, tunneling, curved slopes, railing on ground path, snap alongside barriers, use T-junction when joining paths. So, yeah, there's a lot of different options. And again, there's asphalt, log rock, oh, heck no. No, that would just get me dizzy. But you can do that. Ornate tile, is that parquet, whatever. Gravel. I don't know which one I like. I like the rustic. I'm all about that rustic. So yeah, obviously not the greatest here. I might as well add, while I'm here, let's go ahead and add, benches once I find it. Facilities, the menu still overwhelms me at times. Like sometimes I'll be looking for something and I can't find it. There is a search bar, so I can just type in maybe bench or not. Oh, there it is. I had a all filter bench, very simple. Maybe we'll do, I'll put a bench up there, bench up there, bench up there. Sure. Want people to be happy. Again, donation boxes are a great way to get money. So if I don't want to find it, let me just click on, say, donate. There we go, donation. So we'll put a donation box here. Zoo Tycoon had this particular mechanic where you throw these around the park, people donate, they just throw money into it. So this is a nice little overhang. People can just sort of look down at them. Hopefully they don't mind. Hopefully they're okay privacy wise. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, we just created some terrain. Oh, pathing. Okay, terrain is a different story. Here you can adjust, and this is important because certain animals have requirements. So, for example, let's click on Mr. Chimpanzee, one of them. Okay, so it's somewhere. Terrain, there we go. So under the terrain tab, there's terrain distribution. There's grass short, grass long, soil, rock, sand, snow. And you can see the little white bars on these showing you, okay, this is what they prefer. Now I've got an abundance of long grass just barely. Like I'm within that tolerance just barely. So I might, if I can find the long grass, like I think here, and just replace it with some rock, I could do that. So for example, let's go to terrain. Let's find rock. And there it is. Okay, so if we, as we do this, we'll see the percentage meters shifting. Okay, rock is at 3% right now, and now it's at 4%. So I'm adding terrain to this enclosure to make it the way it likes, basically. There's also things like land area, how much space it has. Climbable area. I haven't figured that out yet. I think that's just like the tallest thing it could possibly climb. I think that's what that is. And I think it's within tolerance there. It has no preference for water. You could create water if you wanted to. Do I want to? I guess maybe we'll demonstrate it on an exhibit that doesn't need it right now. So, for example, there's a sculpting tool. I can, like, I don't know, go down with it. And then maybe you want to smooth it out a bit. Maybe flatten the surface. All right, that was not what I wanted. Oh, smoothing. I want smoothing. All right, all right, so maybe we'll do something like that, right? And then smooth it out. We want a nice little dip. So yeah, I mean, it's not exactly a great swimming pool. It's more of like a pond, a little puddle maybe. So if we click on the water, calm water, and there we go. So yeah, if you want, you can create little things, and that actually does fulfill the drinking need. So if animals have a need to drink, they can come over here. And so as long as the slope is smooth enough, they'll just sort of glide right in there and drink. What is so funny? I hear you laughing up there, but what's so funny? So yeah, there's that little pond. Maybe I'll keep that for whatever is going to be moving in there next. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit play now. I know I've kind of bored you to death with all of that. So let's see if people actually come up here and view the animals. Oh, there's also an animal cam, which is kind of cool. Let's double-click. You can either double-click, or there's a camera button on the animal bottom right. Click on that. There you go. The detail is amazing. They're very happy with the boxes I gave them. Okay. Obviously, there's some issues with, you know, things glitching in the environment. Like, his feet aren't really, like, sodded into the wood there. It's just... But it's cool. I mean, I like that. I like how detailed that is. And then let's take a look at some of these exhibits here. Click on that. And orbit camera. Nope. Camera control malfunction. Let's go back. I don't know if you can actually become them. These guys are kind of small. There's orbit camera. No, it doesn't look like it. There's just the orbit camera. So you can sort of like go inside the yeah, you can zoom in. Nothing you can't do with the free camera, but yeah, you can do little things like that. Let's find other animals that the computer has already put down as part of this scenario. Dangerous animal has escaped. How did you escape? Oh, it climbed over. Oh, okay. Well, that's emergency capture. No, we don't want that. Let's pause. This is a good time for our veterinarian to do its job. Okay, so how did it do that? How did it... Oh, it must have climbed over this. That's another thing I forgot to do. These barriers, you can edit them more so than what... Just putting them down. So, like, for example, I can select... Let's go ahead and select one barrier. Or try to. There we go. Alright, so that's that. So under... No, I did not want to select the enclosure. I want to select the barrier. There we go. Edit barrier. And I want to select individual sections. That's what these arrows are for. So as I'm dragging, I'm selecting more of it. And the issue here is... They're able to climb this. So I have to, under the right-hand side, there's, again, a bunch of options. Length, height, snap. But there's a second tab. There's a little cog. Climb proof. I'm going to click left. Actually, let's do left and right. If I do put other animals in here, I don't want them climbing... Yeah, both. There we go. So that should stop them from climbing over that enclosure, hopefully. We'll see. But now we have a veterinarian that should be able to take care of this. Let's go ahead and hire a second one just to be on the safe side. So let's go to zoo. Oh, thanks, Eamon. Appreciate it. So let's go to our zoo and go to staff and then go to veterinarian. And we're just going to kind of throw him here and... Or no, he has to be on a path. Let's put him right there. There we go. Okay. So I'm hoping this guy will automatically do his thing. We'll find out. If not, I'll have to... Haha! Or you don't... Okay. Call a vet. There we go. Out the trank gun. There it goes. That's one. So someone should now move it, hopefully. Oh, there's the vet. Okay, yeah, go get it. Hopefully this one will not climb out of the enclosure in the meantime. Yeah, that's another good point. You can raise the barrier. Again, if you go to edit barrier, there's a little height button. But again, you can this just will edit this to select all of them. Like I could do something like this. Select all. We also want this one over here, right? And there's a little up arrow. I can drag, and there we go. So now I've just increased it to 3 meters tall. There we go. So it's little things like that. It's really cool. There's a learning curve, obviously. All right, let's go ahead and unbox this chimpanzee now that he's back where he should be. Unbox animal. Here comes Mr. Vet now. I did that on purpose, folks, to demonstrate this particular... No, I didn't. I can't lie. Oh, we've got a low welfare situation over here. Alright, so while they're taking care of that, let's take a look at the problem here. Social stress. Animal is stressed and trying to hide. There's too many people, I think. Its welfare is at 9%. That's not good. Also needs some enrichment items. Alright, well, let's see if we can't find a way to... Well, they've got some privacy over here. Yeah, this one's fine. I think... What we could do is maybe create a second, or maybe a third little enclosure for them. Sometimes you won't have enough of these huts, or whatever you want to call them, houses, to keep them all happy. Like, if your population grows too large, you'll need multiples of these. So let's see if I can do that real quick. In the meantime, did our chimpanzee get put back into his enclosure? I don't want to leave him in a crate. That would be bad. Yep, he's right there. So we're going to unbox. And hopefully we won't have any more issues with that. Alright, so back to our femur. Which, there's no more emergency now. So I guess it was just a temporary thing. It looks like he's okay. Or she. Fix it. Like, there's foot traffic everywhere. Like, again, I didn't create this park. But by widening your paths, that's one way to do it. When I was testing out my... Like, this was my first attempt at my own enclosure. And I forgot to widen the paths. So... Yeah. I mean, what I could do is probably demolish this pathing. Well, I don't know if I can increase it just as it is. That'd be cool if I could. length. Oh, width. I don't think it's going to let me. Let's try 5 now. Oh, okay. Well, now it's obstructed. It's way too close to other things. But I know going forward, in my next attempt, again, this is just a tutorial, but in my next attempt, I will definitely make the paths a lot wider. Goliath Frog is hungry. Is there no one coming? Why is there no one taking care of this? Keeper is on its way. If you see a little green, like this is normally white. If you see this is green, this call keeper button, that means someone is on the way to take care of it. Femur is a leg bone. Oh, I know that. I was testing your knowledge of zoo, of animals. Good job. You successfully saw through my ruse. So let's go ahead and visit the lemur enclosure again. And see if they've had any, where are they? I lost my femurs. There's a way to find out where they are. If you click on zoo, under animals, you've got a list of all your animals here. I've showed you this already. Let's go to our femurs. Now I'm saying it on purpose just to piss you off. We're going to go to that location. I lost my femurs. Yeah, they're in here somewhere. There they are. Facility broken? ATM. No big deal. Let's go ahead and use the camera button to follow them around. Look how detailed that is. That is so good. The last game I ever played with a zoo. Oh, okay. It was Zoo Tycoon. It was the wildlife expansion. Oh, you just pooped. Okay, that's fine. Just for that, I'm going to rename this enclosure the femur enclosure. And just... I could watch this little guy all day long, I'm just saying. Alright, let's get to some other animals. I'm sure you guys want to see other animals. What other animals do we have here? This is the red ruffed lemur. I love the color. And the puffy tail. Look how regal. Reminds me of those statues that are like on the stairs, like stone stairs of a courthouse. Let's see what others. We can always... I'm going to load up the first tutorial, too, just so you can see another wide variety of animals. Because that's what you're here for, isn't it? Alright, what's in here? A bonobo. Which I'm guessing is like a chimpanzee. I'm guessing. They're more hominid in nature than chimps from the looks of it. Again, there's always that handy-dandy encyclopedia, zoopedia. Live in the forest and wetlands of the Democratic Republic of Congo, related to the chimpanzee, or pan troglodytes. Out of any species in nature, these two types of ape have the most DNA in common with humans. They have pink lips and dark forward-facing eyes, small ears, a flat nose with wide nostrils, as well as black hair. Okay. Cool beans. Okay. Let's, you know what, I'm going to save this. And while I was talking, my conservation credits were increasing. So again, if you're playing this game and you're like out of conservation credits to adopt more animals, you can just fast forward. There's time controls on the bottom right. Alt-tab and do something else, and then come back and hope that your zoo is not in chaos. You know what I mean? But, I guess I could show you this real quick, too. Like, these are examples of your Planet Coaster-esque stalls. She's way too happy. I think they're on amphetamines, but I'm not exactly sure. Alright, wow, that line. Okay, well, let's save this. And what I'd like to do is load up my first tutorial one. That way you can see some different things. The DLC has 3 more animals. And I did not get the DLC. I don't believe in paying $10 for 3 more animals and some art. Forget that. That's stupid. I'm not at all appreciative of that kind of DLC practice. It's just like Thompson Gazelle was one of them and 2 other ones. I could care less. A turtle uprising, yeah. You've got one turtle with a flag in its mouth, and the flag is a picture of a turtle with a machine gun. You know, just stuff like, yeah. So, I've already completed all the objectives here, but I do want to show you some of the other animals that you could possibly adopt. Like, here's your giraffe. Apparently it's tired. Is that how it really sleeps? The detail is amazing. The whole ear flickering. It's nap time. Is there... Okay, let's take a look at the zebra over here. How about that? It's a little bit more active than this giraffe is. Apparently it's nap time all over the place. That tongue, holy cow. I gotta say, like, this is fantastic. I could sit here all day and watch this. Like, this is so cool. I mean, I don't know. Graphically, this game is absolutely fantastic. I don't appreciate the DLC practice, but this right here, like, this is why you buy these games. At least, I buy it for the economy aspect of it, the business aspect of it, and I buy it to watch the animals. That's why I buy these kind of games, and this stuff is awesome. I did not know that. Giraffes can clean out their ears with their tongues? Ugh. That's disgusting. But okay. I guess that's where they got the term tongue-in-cheek. Well, in this case, tongue-in-ear. All right, let's leave the giraffe in peace. Let's check up on this, I guess, snow leopard here. Is that what this is? Snow leopard? One of my favorites. What is this? Oh. Yeah, it is. I want one. It looks a little unsure of itself. Are you just going to turn in place, or are you going to do something? Look at the muscles on that, though. This is a kitty that I would pet. I'm just saying. I'd be crazy enough to pet this kitty. I'd make sure, though, that there was raw meat in its mouth or something prior. It seems intent on going up and down this tree. All right, let's find other, more exciting... I've already been to that enclosure. I knew there were other things. Oh, is that tigers? It's tigers. Is it pooping? Is that... Am I catching it in the act of pooping? What was it doing? Nice butt shot. Pretty cool. I just... The detail again, I could sit here all day and comment on that. Alright. I don't want another butt shot, thank you. Oh, it just pooped. That's nice. If you guys want to see nature in its full capacity, that's how realistic that gets. I'm sure you're very curious about how that works. Oh, you gonna come drink some water? Oh. Camera malfunction. Oh, okay, you're gonna go for a swim. Okay. Well, that's good. All better now? Okay. Are there fish habitats? Good question. I've not gotten... there's nothing like this in terms of fish, as far as I know. What I can do is I can go into Sandbox after this, and I'll try and get a full list of the animals that are in it. So, just remind me, in case I forget. Is that peacocks? What is that? Ostrich. Okay. I didn't want to move. And if I'm boring you with this, let me know, but my intent here is just to show you the different animal types and what their animations are capable of doing. Is that hippopotamus? Ah, yes it is. Apparently it really likes that sprinkler. Look at that waxy coat. That's... Hello. Okay, camera. Thank you. I did not... Oh, that's more than... No, okay, we can just sort of rotate. Thank you. I did not need that. It's a good thing I adjusted the view, too, because... Okay. Just... Thanks. That was explosive decompression right there. Are you better now? Okay. Apparently this one just did it was so tired after pooping it just laid right down here. That's disgusting. Alright, you guys just feel free to... Yeah. What else we got going on here? Oh, there's the... Is this the train station? It is. I've never built one of these, but this is what one might look like. There's a solar panel there for power. That has a certain radius about it. There's a donation box there. And clicking on one, you can see how much donations it currently has. Like 238.05 African elephant. Apparently there's a huge line for this. Oh, there it is. Choo-choo! Yes, you can ride the train. So yeah, there's that. I know there's other animals that I did not show you. Elephants? Yes. Donation boxes are recommended to be put in places where there's heavy foot traffic, like enclosures. So if there's an enclosure and, like, let's say you've got... Let's see if I can find an example. Where is... Okay, this is kind of a good example. If I were to put the donation box over here against this brick wall, or this stone wall, and you can't see in the exhibit, that would be a terrible place to put it. But you'll note that the donation box is by the glass because people are standing there. So it makes sense to put the donation boxes near the heaviest foot traffic. That way, you can maximize your profit. Like, this one has 3,513 total donations. This one is 5,734. I highly doubt this one over here. 700, yeah, so here's an example. Yes, there is a view into this here. However, it's not as heavy foot traffic as over here. So this donation box is not seeing as much money. Snow Leopard 711. The bulk of it is being collected here and here. So yeah, there is some strategy in where you put your donation boxes. What else was I gonna show? Those lions? I think so. It's a female lion. I think. Yeah. Doesn't have the mane. That must be the baby cub. Dad must be in the bed, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and just open up a sandbox real quick. I guess I'll save that. You know what? I don't need to save that. Oh. 11:30 p.m. already. I've been playing this game off camera for like several hours and then... Okay, so Sandbox. Create a new zoo. Tropical, let's do temperate. Asia, Europe, to North America. I'm just going to do test zoo. Hopefully I can, like, I don't want to... Hopefully I can delete it later if I don't want it. Alright, so this is a Sandbox Park. Entrance, it looks like, is over here. You must have at least one trade center in your zoo. Alright, well, let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Again, I'm only in the second tutorial, so I've not really done... Yeah, let's go for broke right away. Let's do, like... unlimited money, so it really doesn't matter. Alright, and then we're going to go to facilities. I'm guessing staff. Trade center. Animal Trade Center. Again, there's nicer ones. Like, there's the Indian Trade Center and the New World Trade Center. Planet Zoo, or you could just go with the basic box. You could go with the ugly box. You can decorate it after, of course. If we do the classic Trade Center. Z to rotate. Again, people don't like walking by these buildings, but again, this is just Sandbox for playing around. So I should have that now. Now animal trading. So let's take a look at... okay, so A for aardvark. African buffalo, African elephant, African wild dogs. I'd love to see those. Aldabra giant tortoise. American bison. Bactrian camel. Never heard of that. I could have gone to the Zoopedia too, I guess. I mean, that would have been easier. They should be all listed here. Yeah, aardvark, buffalo, African elephant, wild dog, tortoise, Amazonian giant centipede, bison, camel, tapir, tiger, wild beasts, a boa constrictor, bongo, bonobo, orangutan. Ooh. Was that a tarantula? Ooh, nice. Okay. Wandering spider. Cheetah. The Chinese pangolin. Death adder. Common ostrich. Warthogs. Brown snakes. Black bear. Giant tortoise. Gemsbok. Grrr. Giant burrowing caterpillar, cockroach, giant hairy scorpion. Some of these are in those tiny glass enclosures. The giant panda. I just want a bunch of pandas. I don't want anything else but pandas. Unless that's snow leopards. Frog, golden poison frog. Goliath beetle. Goliath birdie. A lot of spiders. Greater flamingo. Iguanas. Grizzly bear. Brown bear, hippopotamus, Indian elephant, peafowls, Indian rhinoceros, Japanese macaque, layman's poison frog, a lot of poison frogs, lesser Antillean iguana, mandrill, red-knee tarantula, okapi, plain zebra, antelopes, puff adder, red. Oh, I want red pandas too. I love these guys. Red ruffed femur, reticulated giraffe, the ring-tailed femur, sable antelope, saltwater crocodile, Siberian tiger. I want one of those too. Snow leopard. Want one of those too. Spotted hyena, springbok timber. Want one of those too. Titan beetles, West African lion, Western chimpanzee, gorillas, rattlesnake, yellow anaconda. So there you go. Again, the DLC has 3 other ones, but I'm not paying $10 for 3 other animals. Sorry. Like, that's stupid practice. Natural habitat, species data. If you want to, Fun fact, the yellow anaconda is one of the largest species of snake in the world, second only to the green anaconda. Fun fact, too, yellow anacondas not stop growing throughout their lives. So, yeah, I love the educational part of this game. This is something that you could bring to a classroom and just watch the animals do their thing. And then you can go to this. This would be the primary, viewpoint in the sense that, you come here to learn about this stuff. African wild dogs hunt their prey for long distances and over extended periods of time. Until their prey collapses from exhaustion. Little things like that. So yeah, that's Sandbox mode. As you can see, the park is fairly big. There's a lot to do here. But I really have yet to do any of this from scratch, so I'm not going to bother trying. Plus, it's almost midnight, so... I think this is a good stopping point. My goal today was just to overview this and to show you what it was like and the animals and all that jazz. In a future stream or video, I'll try my hand at creating a new zoo or picking up where I left off on an existing one. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.